Gracias, no sé si se escucha, pero gracias.
I'm Bob Marshall, along with Jonathan Green. We'll be joined by John Massengale shortly. You see the crews leaving the starting grid, and the cars set out on their formation lap. With so many questions, Jonathan, a lot more than we normally find when we have 3 practices of like this sprint weekend.
Yeah, I want to say double jeopardy when you have a sprint race around a street circuit because there's so many question marks rather than answers. Formula One is all about precision. It's all about being prepared. And it's so hard when you have a race on Saturday and a race on Sunday, which differing lengths, differing surfaces, and differing climate and change, weather, there could be wind, and that's a factor today. It's a lot windier today. And listening to Max Verstappen about the tyre choice, it's usually fairly obvious. He's saying that the tyres are changing each and every lap, which is going to really make things very hard indeed. But I hear from Mario Gisler, I'm sure you agree, that one stop seems to be prevalent, and it looks as though you would start on therefore the medium to try to keep your pace up against the rest of the field, and then go on the hard and make it last long.
It's going to be a fascinating contest, no doubt about it. In case you haven't checked out the starting grid, here's the way they'll line up. On pole for the very first time here in Miami, the lubricant of Formula One, Max Verstappen in his Red Bull car. Next to him, Charles Leclerc, who's been yeoman good for the Scuderia this weekend, missed virtually all of Friday's first practice, came back and qualified beautifully to start on the outside of the three-time world champion. World champion his teammate, Carlos Sainz, winning over this year. Starting next to Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Group 3 will be Lando Norris. Next to him is Jimmy Huffman. We have the teammate, right there. Mercedes, George Russell, who looks like a 7-time world champion. Usually is Row 10 is a mixture. Representing the American Haas team. Next to him, Yuki Tsunoda for Audi. Row 12, Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. Alex Albon in the Williams. Row 8, Fernando Alonso having a difficult weekend. The oldest man in the series at age 42. He's starting next to Valtteri Bottas in the King Sauber. Row 9, Logan Sargent right here in South Florida in the Williams next to Kevin Magnussen in the second Haas. And on the final row, Manu Zhou in the second King Sauber and Daniel Ricciardo who finished fourth. The lights are out. The race is underway. Verstappen immediately gets across. Good start for Charles Leclerc.
Carlos Sainz. Oh, where's the other Red Bull going as Carlos Sainz becomes a missile in that Red Bull? Luckily, Verstappen's avoided it, and Ferrari in second place, but one of the McLarens in the thick against Lando Norris has got into third. Wow, that was an interesting start. I'd like to see that again.
I'm sure he will. That partly made up for Lando Norris's disappointment in the sprint race where he was out at the first corner.
Well, a nice clean start as they go through the left-hander for the first time. And yes, as we suspected, the only one, Valtteri Bottas, to go on the soft tyre as an opportunity for the King Sauber team to try and move up the field. He's 18th at the moment. He's the only one. Everybody else on the mediums. Except Daniel Ricciardo, on the hard.
Big moves up the first lap. Oscar Piastri up 3 places to third.
Yeah, that was Piastri. I thought it was Norris, but here's Piastri with a brilliant, sizzling start as the 2 Alpines are side by side, and that doesn't always end well. And they did touch it there. Oh, they're still side by side.
And I think they touched more than once. And now it's a drag race between the teammates.
start by Fernando Alonso.
And the two Williams winning 15th and 16th. Albon lost one place. Logan Sargent picked one up.
Yeah, he did. So did Magnussen. And DRS now enabled, and that's key because now we'll start to see as they head down these long straights. It may be a street circuit, but the DRS is huge here at Miami. You really need it, and because there's not many places to overtake, you have to use DRS if you want to make overtakes.
John Massengill joins us in the booth. You were the last man to walk through the public areas before we came on air. What's the intensity of it?
It looks packed, and people are staring at the screens. They are glued. It is it's very exciting out there, and it's warm.
Grabs fastest lap very early on. Championship point on offer. We finished in the top 10 with the fastest lap. But because there was so little time for the drivers to check these tires, and because they are now running much heavier than they did in the spring, 60 or 70 kilos worth of fuel on board extra over what they had previously, they really don't know, can't know how these tires will perform in this heat.
I'll give you an update. I said that Ricardo was the only one on Haas. Magnussen also on the Haas, and that's why they're currently 19th and 20th. But expect them to be the last of the pitters simply because they're going to go as long as they can.
Bueno, vamos a esperar que llegue la vuelta. Dan la vuelta más o menos como 3 minutos, 2 minutos y algo por vuelta. Esta es la zona VIP de los delfines de Miami, el Miami Dolphins de fútbol americano. Todo eso que ven para allá son bares abiertos totalmente gratis, ya todo incluido. Ahí vienen los carros otra vez. Todo eso que están para allá atrás son los bares que está todo incluido en el acceso a esta zona. Warrio Manco con Maracucho trayéndole lo más exclusivo de los eventos mundiales.
Neither McLaren driver has won a Grand Prix. Piastri has got a sprint under his belt.
But you feel the momentum with McLaren right now. You just feel like a race win is just sooner
Estoy
than
atrás
later.
del estadio de Miami Dolphins. Y allá arriba una publicidad de un club de Street Teams, Big Sense. Todas las tiendas acá abajo para comprar su ropa de la Fórmula 1. Aquí en junio va a jugar Miami, Perú, Copa América.
Will be in DRS range as well, so we could see a fight between the two Ferraris as well as a fighting both of them get past the McLaren. He is off and running up his shoulders cap right now, pulling away from the Ferraris. We haven't seen this in a long time.
Yeah, let's watch that gap to Max Verstappen.
That's remarkable because, as you mentioned earlier, Piastri does not have all the updates on his McLaren that his teammate Lando Norris does.
Look at that, Piastri so much quicker in sector 2 and sector 3.5 faster than Verstappen, and so he really is. Now that DRS doing its job there as both Ferraris close the gap. Sainz meanwhile trying to stay with these three.
Watch and see. If Sainz feels he can be faster than his teammate ahead of him.
Bueno, después de esta vuelta vamos a terminar el streaming por un rato porque me quedo sin pila. Esto jala demasiado.
His car unretrievable, and that is one of the factors here at Miami, that if the car gets stuck in place and they can't get it out, they have to keep the race with this take the car out. They get on the field and retrieve the car, and that is damage to the track.
Piastri, Leclerc, and Sainz ahead of him.
Now, let's have a look at the Red Bull going to the inside of the Ferraris and trying to make his way on the inside. But look, just running out of way. He almost took out his teammate Verstappen. That was very, very close by Perez there. He got lucky boy.
On board for Perez.
Yeah, see it here. I can see he got a cracking start and the Ferrari didn't in front of him, so he went to the outside.
And they're investigating the possible...
En otro ratico más nos volvemos a conectar unos 10 minuticos otra vez. Pila por ahí, sigan al canal porque más tarde vamos a seguir transmitiendo.